Hello and welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters with me. I am Ozone. Technically OzoneB, but we just go by Ozone, right? We're all friends here. In the last episode, we got Danks unlocked, and wow, I have been running quite a few vaults. I am now level 42, running up quickly on level 50, and it is a game changer. No doubt about it. Danks should be your first real mod that you unlock. No question in my mind whatsoever. It's made things so much easier, so much faster, and all around better for running the vaults. But in the last episode, I asked you all, what do you think my next mod should be? Like drawers or refined storage? I haven't seen the answer yet, so we're going to go on and do something else for now. A long while ago, I got a statue that gave me this Rebar concrete block. It's from the Engineer's Decor pack, and this block is really something special, and I'm going to be using it today. First of all, if we hold Control Shift, can you see what I see? It says it's wither-proof. Wither-proof. It's creeper and wither-proof. Now, previously, I had gotten another statue that gave me this Rebar concrete tile. The other one was Rebar concrete block. These are Rebar concrete tiles. It takes 4 tiles to make a block. And if we look at the tags on it, it says it's creeper-proof, but not wither-proof. So knowing that this Rebar concrete block is wither-proof, I had an idea. You see, before I started doing videos at all, and before Vault Hunters, I played on an SMP. I played there for a good 1.5 or 2 years and made a lot of good friends. But because that SMP was a public SMP, it had a claim system. And on that SMP, with the claim system enabled, they turned off mob griefing. So a creeper couldn't blow up your builds if it was claimed. Really handy, really convenient. But it has much more powerful uses. With mob griefing turned off, it could also stop the wither from breaking blocks. And that led to some interesting farms. One of which was a wither rose farm that just basically built a cage around the wither and let it fly free around a natural mob spawner, and it would kill all the mobs inside and they would drop wither roses. So I'm going to take that same technique and apply it here. These Rebar concrete blocks should do the same thing as the claim did to contain the wither and keep it from us breaking the blocks and escaping. And in the meantime, using a natural spawner, it'll just kill all the mobs that are in there. It's a completely AFK wither rose farm. You don't have to have any of the complex mechanisms like using an end gateway or a chicken or bubble columns to redirect the skulls and all of these things. You just build the wither, let it go free inside the box, and run away. And then it kills all the mobs. Now, there are only certain mobs that the wither will kill, and namely, it won't kill any other undead mobs. But spiders and cave spiders are not on that list. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to utilize a cave spider spawner, set a wither free inside this box of rebar concrete, set up a hopper minecart underneath to collect all the drops, and call it a wither rose farm. Sounds fun, huh? Let's go. Now, some time ago, in the very early beginnings of the season, I found this spider spawner in the desert over here while collecting some cactus and sand. And I think this will be the perfect place to make the wither rose farm. Now, you can find wither roses in the vault in those graveyard rooms, but those things are really hairy, lots of mob spawns, and I don't like to spend much time in there. And it's a few here and there. This should get all the wither roses that you need for that old vault altar. You know what? I have yet to have a recipe that calls for wither roses, but I'm going to build it anyway because one of these days it'll happen and then I'll be ready. The nice thing about this farm is that it relies purely on the mechanics that are already in place. So the recent patch, which says how you can't change the mob spawners anymore, doesn't really matter. This thing will still work just fine. So the first step is to encase the spawner itself in these blocks. And I will tell you, I did some testing in the creative world. Do not just cheap it out and block every face like that. No, the wither can still get to it. So you got to do the full 3x3 of these reinforced blocks around the spawner itself to protect the spawner, because the wither can still destroy the spawner, and that would be an uncomfortable situation for us. Now, the rest of the mob spawning mechanics are all the same. So this is our first block away from the spawner. So we build our walls out here. So there's going to be a gap of 3 on each side of this block where the walls are going to be where spawns can happen. I hope I have enough blocks for this. I didn't actually count. Now for inside here, we need to dig down at least another 2 blocks. The wither is, I think, 3 blocks tall. We want to make sure the wither has enough room to fly around and isn't going to suffocate on the blocks. Dang it. I don't have enough. I don't have enough for the full size that I want. So, well, looks like we better go smaller. Now I've kind of boxed myself in, but I've brought the walls in each one. So now we've got only 3 blocks between where the spawner is here and the edge of the wall. But I've also brought them down 2 more, so the wither has plenty of room to fly around. The wither is 3.5 blocks tall, so there are currently 4 blocks underneath the bottom of the encased spawner, and that should be enough to let the wither fly around freely and easily. Now at this point I need to put the hopper minecart track in here, make some kind of way to a drop-off station, and then put the floor in for it all right here at this level. So the hopper minecart will be running around on this existing floor here. I think I'm going to dig out this way and make a little unloading station and then dig up and try to get out of here. Yeah, light. Yay. No, night. Boo. And now it's all done. As you can see, I've gone with a whole bunch of hopper minecarts running back and forth here. Got them all controlled by a little switch here, and then a little hopper line that goes down into the chests here. Now, why so many minecarts? Well, while the wither is flying around in there killing things, items are sitting on the floor, and it is possible that the wither can blow them up with some errant shots, maybe trying to hit another spider or who knows what. So things do occasionally get destroyed. It's not that big of a deal, really, but also iron really isn't that big of a deal. So might as well just set up a whole bunch of hoppers and let them run back and forth so that things will get picked up just a little bit more quickly. And the inside is all barren, but that means it's time to turn off the lights and start the wither. With the wither almost built and ready to go, it's time to turn off the lights and then get on out. There we go. Now, time to summon the wither. And remember, once you summon the wither, you still got to name it. But for now, let's just get out of here. All right, there's the wither. Can we name it? Yes. The name is Rosie. And there we go. We have Rosie the wither running around in there, killing some spiders. Let's get that all locked up nice and tight. And what do we see? We've got some roses. We've got some wither roses already starting to come in. So nice. It's working perfectly. And it doubles as a string farm. Now it's time to do a little AFK session here. I'll come back later after we've had a little bit of time and see the results. And just to make sure that it also works properly and doesn't blow up on itself. And again, this works just fine for 1.13 because it doesn't require changing the mob spawner up above. You just have to find a natural spider spawner and take advantage of that. Oh, hey, we have this free cam. Let's go check out what's going on with free cam. Well, the farm is a little slow, unfortunately. The room is a little smaller than I would like because I just didn't have the materials, and that affects the spawning rates. But it's holding up nicely. Rosie is not affecting any of those blocks, nor is she able to get out, and the spawner is still in here safe and sound. Occasionally you'll see Rosie fire 2 bullets at the same target. One will kill it, and the other will destroy the items. So that's just a risk you have to take with this kind of farm. But it's pretty easy to make, really easy to maintain, and purely AFK way of getting wither roses. So I hope you find it useful. Yeah, see, I think those might have got destroyed. Sad. I've been here with Rosie for, well, several hours now. And besides being a bit noisy, she's been okay up there on her own. But the farm does have a few problems. Now, having said that, it certainly works. I've certainly gotten a lot of wither roses and about an equal number of string and a few miscellaneous other things. How I got leather? I really don't know. I guess the wandering trader wandered into there or something? I would have got leads. I don't know. How I got leather, I really don't know. There were some skeleton jockeys, or maybe some skeletons spawned themselves in there, so you do get a few other things. The wither doesn't target the skeletons, but the skulls will damage them and occasionally they'll die. But regardless, I've gotten quite a few wither roses, but the farm has had its problems. I think because I cheaped out on the corners here, that some explosions were getting through, and I have had several occasions where the tracks have been destroyed. Sometimes the blocks out here, sometimes the redstone, sometimes the blocks back here have been destroyed that the hopper minecarts are bouncing off of. I feel like maybe if I fill these in, it would do better. I've also had problems with the explosions like breaking out these corner areas. And there was one time where it broke through to the surface and then a creeper fell down and took out some even more stuff. Oh, and there's a skelly up there trying to say hi. But it does work. It required some babysitting. I think it could be better. I think I could fill in the corners here and make this a little bigger and it would work even better. But conceptually, it works. So I'll count that as a win, and I am stocked up on wither roses for when the altar ever asks for it. Now that I've had some fun building a farm, and, well, not really working out so well, but it works good enough. I'm back at the base. It's time to start working on some vault progress. I said in the last video that I want to get into Eternals, and so I think that should be something that I need to do pretty quick. Now, Eternals use dead trader cores in order to create them, much like the Omega statue uses dead statues to create it. And I've done a little bit of trading, but it's not that much. I do have a lot of trader cores in here, selling a lot of different things that I probably won't use, and a few selling things that I do really, really want. I've been saving them mostly for emergencies, like I've got a couple stacks of candy bars. I really don't think I'm ever going to use this trader for candy bars. But at the same time, I'm hesitant to throw it away because maybe sometime in the future I'll use it. But there's a bunch of things in here like that. I could go ahead and spend up a bunch of money and just get things because I can, like these Wutek shards. Right now I got plenty, but I might want some more in the future. I don't really know. I think a couple things that I know I want is this mega torch and this backpack. Yeah, I've got a backpack, but I think another one could be useful for just like general mining stuff. And the mega torch, that requires another mod. A mega torch is kind of what the name says. I mean, it doesn't light up the area in a massive area, but it does prevent mobs from spawning in a pretty massive area. So, if nothing else, that'll make all the zombie noises in the background go away while I'm trying to record. So I'm going to sit here and spend a bunch of money and buy up a bunch of stuff out of these traders and see how many trader cores I have. And also, let's make that cryo chamber. The cryo chamber takes a pog, so it is not something to be made lightly. So I still do have 4 pogs left, and, well, now I only have 3. But we got a cryo chamber, and I think I'm going to put that right over here next to the trader so that as soon as I get a trader core emptied, I can just pop it into the cryo chamber. And it takes I think somebody said 40-ish trader cores to fill this up and get an Eternal. So let's see what I can do. So I did get some things. I got some crystalline burgers and this mega torch and a backpack. I think my thought process is basically if I can't get it any other way, like these drawers, I mean, I might be taking drawers very, very soon, which is why I've kind of waited. But if I can't get it any other way, I think maybe I should get it from the trader. And a legendary treasure. Yep, I think we have to do that. I think this is a pretty interesting one, a Power 6 book. I don't really know of a better way to get this, so yeah, let's grab it. I don't know. I kind of want to save as many as I can, but I also want to be able to use them up so that I can get the Eternals going. You know what I mean? All right, rocket arrow. Yeah, I'm not ever going to buy rocket arrows. I don't think I'm ever going to buy hardy apples either. I can't take any more cookies. I mean, I can't eat any more cookies, so I don't think I need a trader that gives me cookies. I'm not going to buy diamonds. That can go away. All right, well, that was some pretty good elimination anyway. Bought some things, just decided to get rid of some things, and now I've got 27. So let me put some things up, and let's see what we can get out of the cryo chamber. All right, so I think I just use them on there. All right. And each time we do, we see different people go into the cryo chamber. I put in 5, I think, and I can't see how many are, I can't see where we are in the progress, but it looks like it's filling up pretty darn fast. Well, let's keep going. Since each trader has a name on it, that's the name that you see going into the cryo chamber. Oh wow, it looks like we're getting really close. Is this the last one? I don't know. It took another one. There we go. Hey, I got an Eternal. Who is going to come help us out? All right, so this is really cool. I'm going to have to use this, get the skill now. All right, well, anyway, each Eternal has armor slots that it can wear and has certain stats. And I think these are specialties, and you can apply one of these effects. But let's go get some armor and outfit Mr. CPK here. All right, time to get Mr. CPK outfitted and decked out. Now, standard netherite isn't the best. I'll replace this with vault gear at some point, but I at least want to get something there. And as far as this specialty, I think weakness. I think applying weakness would be nice. Yeah, so there we have it. We got Mr. CPK ready to go, helping us out as we run a vault. Well, maybe not quite. First though, I've actually got to learn the skill. So, back to the old skill table. Here's Summon Eternals, and there we go. That is done. So, level 1, I can summon 1 Eternal. I can't summon any more for 3 minutes, and I've got a 0% chance of having an Ancient Eternal summon, which I think just means that it's stronger and everything. But at this point, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just glad to be able to do it. You hear that? You hear that? I'm constantly bothered by mobs just making noises while I'm trying to record. I'm sick of it. I think we need to finally put down the mega torch and make it stop. So I'm way up here at my portal that goes to the nether roof. And let's see, what does this say? It says in a big radius around the torch. So I really think that I want to put it at the top here. Yeah, something like that. So this should stop all of these pests from bothering me anymore. And it looks like we've got a trader somewhere around here. The other pest. The amount of traders that it took to actually get this Eternal really surprised me. I had heard or read or something that it took 40. But I only used 18 out of this box, and I think I had a couple more in my inventory. So it took about 20. Which, you know, is much more reasonable. I do feel like if I go through here with a little bit more of a fine-tooth comb, I might be able to get enough for a second Eternal, but I don't want to spend the points to be able to summon more than one anyway. So, also out of the trader cores that I used up, I got 9 Pandora's boxes. I really don't remember what these things give, but let's see if we get anything great. Oh, yeah, 1 kelp. That was really worth it. Some golden apples, okay. Vault gear. Some pizza. I don't know what that is. That looks like it might be a relic. More vault gear. Some hamburgers. Oh, crystalline burgers. Yay, more kelp. And more pizza. So let's see what this thing is. A mod box. Oh! Contains a random item from any of your unlocked mods. Well, so I've got all the decorator mods and I've got danks. So I'd say I've got maybe a 1 in 5 chance of getting something from danks, which would be a dank. That would be really cool. Let's hope for that. If it's based on items, you know, like if it looks at all the items from all of the mods, well, then I probably got like a 1 in 3,000. I don't really know. Let's see what we get. It's a dank! It's a dank! It's a dank one! Well, they're not that hard to craft, but I am glad to have another dank. Alright, now that we've got an Eternal, let's go run a vault and see how it goes. Almighty vault gods, give us something good. Oh, extended, plentiful, but all kinds of bad stuff. Trapped, furious, frail, not good. A bunch of obelisks, and there is the first one. This vault was rough. The modifiers were not good. I did manage to find a village with a stronghold and an end portal, and then I found an aquarium room, which are both things that I like to find in a vault. But most importantly, I found all 5 obelisks and was able to summon and defeat the boss. The main point of this was to see how the Eternal fared when I was fighting a boss. Well, I killed the boss, and honestly, I don't know that my Eternal helped me out that much. Still there. Didn't die, but he wandered off into the cave and I guess kept mobs away from me good enough because it mattered. I got the boss done. Not a great run. No, those modifiers were terrible, but got it done anyway. Any vault that you live through is a good vault. That seems like enough for today. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? We managed to get that Wither Rose farm made, get an Eternal, and then run a vault. I think it's time to kick these old legs up and kick back and relax. Too bad I can't lay down on this couch and take a nap, huh? All right, well, that's it for now. Remember, be excellent to each other, and I'm out.